If you were online just a few years ago, you saw them everywhere. Blue Whale and Momo. They caused worldwide panic and dominated news headlines. It was one of the biggest digital scares in history. But years later, a terrifying question remains. How much of it was actually true? To understand why people were so afraid, you have to understand the stories they were hearing. Stories that sounded almost impossible to ignore. According to viral reports, Blue Whale was not just another online challenge. People believed someone was hiding behind the screen, choosing targets, sending instructions, and slowly pulling them deeper into a dangerous game, which eventually went too far. Then things got even stranger. A face started appearing everywhere online. Momo. And suddenly news stories began spreading across the internet. Stories claiming children were receiving messages from this mysterious figure. Whether those stories were true or not didn't matter at first, because by then, millions of people were already paying attention. Parents were sharing warnings, schools were sending alerts, news channels were covering every new development, and the fear kept growing. But here's the part most people never heard. Years later, investigators started pulling the stories apart, and what they found wasn't what many expected. While harmful online communities did exist, many of the most viral claims surrounding both Blue Whale and Momo were difficult to verify. Some stories couldn't be confirmed. Others became bigger every time they were shared, and suddenly, the real story wasn't just Blue Whale or Momo. It was how fear itself spread across the internet. Long before AI-generated content, long before today's endless stream of viral trends, the internet had already demonstrated something powerful. A frightening story could travel across the entire world in days. And once millions of people started talking about it, separating fact from rumor became incredibly difficult. That's why Blue Whale and Momo are still fascinating today. So let me ask you this. If these stories appeared for the first time today, would you believe them? Or would you question them? And be honest. How many of you already thought these stories were completely real? Comment your honest answer. Subscribe before you scroll. And if someone you know remembers Blue Whale or Momo, send this to them.